Hello, hello. It's been a minute, to be honest. I haven't uploaded in it's been almost a year. Yeah. I've been busy. I got a partner. We broke up. I was sad. It was nice though. I had fun. And then I went on a boat trip. I went and sailed 1,000 Ks. That was pretty lit, to be honest. It's pretty cool. I learned how to sail from scratch. They had us up the rafters and that. Man, I was scared as shit, but I climbed up the top. That was lit. I had my captain there, or my team leader. His name was Chris. Oh my god. You should have seen these guys' eyes. They were crystal blue. It was literally Gojo. Bro had Gojo eyes. It's crazy. And then there was this Scottish nuclear submariner. Yeah, his name was Gordon. He was funny. I ended up going drinking with Chris and Gordon after the boat trip. They bought me 7 rounds. Gordon taught me his ultimate dance move. It's grab the apple. Oh man, beautiful. Yeah, I sailed from Gladstone to Cairns. It was super cool. Lasted 2 weeks. Sailed. I saw a yellow stingray at the Whitsundays. That was sick. It was so cool. I got off the boat at a military base and I did Simon Says with the military guys. It was actually really fun. I made some friends and then, yeah, that was pretty much it. I was sailing the ship at 3 a.m. in just pitch black in the middle of the ocean while I listened to Britney Spears. Pretty lit. I fucked with it heavy. Then, yeah, I got to Cairns and I went to the hostel that I booked. And I found out when I got there that it was the biggest club in Cairns. And when I went to go to bed, I was brushing my teeth, I could feel the vibration of the bass just shaking the whole room. It was honestly lit. I slept like a baby. And I went out there one night to club and dance, and that's when I ran into Gordon and Chris, who were drinking from 12 p.m. That shit was ridiculous. That was actually absurd. But they bought me drinks, they told me dance moves, and then they got kicked out, of course. And then I hung out with my friends that I made on the boat. We had a good time. It was Max, Jared, Kara, and Kada. Yeah, anyway, that was fun. Oh, and there was Jack as well. It was a good time. It was good times. And then I went back to Coffs, and I stayed there for a month. I worked. I just went to work, and then I was like, ah, shit, I missed the boat. I missed the boat so much. And yeah, I got back to Coffs for a month. I was like, what do I do now? And one day I woke up. I was like, you know what? I'm going to try and ride my push bike to Melbourne. Well, for a month after I decided that, I just spent going to the gym, training, collecting all the things that I needed. I got on my bike and I set off. I lasted a total of 9 days. Yep, I quit in Tari. I got to Tari and I saw there was 150 mils of rain coming over 2 days. And I was like, hell no. I am not dealing with that. That is bullshit. So I called my mum. I was like, Mom, please save me, Mom. I'm gonna die. And then she came in and picked me up. God bless her soul. And I got home and I was like, well, now I am depressed. So I was just like, well, I still want to go to Melbourne. And Tyler the Creator was playing in Sydney. So I was like, fuck yeah, let me go watch Tyler. So I go and watch Tyler. It's fucking great. And when I was picking which hostel was there, I saw 2 hostels on the same road pretty much. One was a 5-star and one was a 3-star, and then the exact same price. And I was like, I think I might go for the 3-star because there's probably funner people there. So I get there, I meet a total of 2 guys while I'm staying there the night that I get there, and then I meet nobody else over the next 2 days or whatever. And then I go to Tyler's concert, I make some friends, it's fantastic. We go have fun and that. I go climbing, I meet this person who has a jellyfish tattoo and their hair's cut in the jellyfish, so I call them jellyfish. And they told me to go bouldering, so I went bouldering and I met some boys not playing Clash Royale in the gym. They were pretty sick. And then yeah, I finished the Tyler Creator concert. Man, beautiful man. That was great. He did great. And I'm like, okay, I should probably meet someone. So I go over to this club called Kelly's, and I get up to the top, and I see these people playing pool, and there's just one guy drip the fuck out. Brother's got drip for days. And then I like sit down opposite the table and I'm like, all right, 5 minutes goes past. I don't say a single word to nobody. I get up and I leave. I fucking out of there. My social battery was dead. I was not talking to nobody. Absolutely nobody. So then I get back to the hostel and go to bed, go to sleep. Nothing else happens. I wake up the next morning. I'm like, all right, time to go to Melbourne. So I check out of the hostel, perfectly fine. And I get outside the front door and I notice there's this guy sitting at like a table outside the hostel. I'm like, man, he's kind of got swag and he seems chill as hell. So I go over to him and I start talking to him. I'm like, why not? Brother's probably got like a side quest or something for me. We're like chatting. He goes, gets me some colored pencils from the hostel. I to him, I'm like, yeah, I'm thinking about going to Melbourne. And he's like, well, if you want to hang around Newtown, it's quite fun. I was like, you know what? Kind of right. This place is pretty cool, but I'll see. A few other people join. There's this one guy and he stumbles through the fence and he looks drunk or like sleep deprived or a mixture of both. It's like 7 a.m. in the morning, 11 a.m. in the morning, and he's this drunk. I'm like, what is going on? He comes over and like kills the guitar, bro. He actually like. He just shreds. Bro's actually a god at the guitar. And then everyone goes their separate ways. I go to get sushi, and I'm walking past this alleyway on the way to get sushi. And then I hear my name get called out. It's like, yo, Molly! Turn around, and look down this alleyway, and it's Alex, who is the drunk guitar player at the table. And you will not believe who he sat next to. He sat next to the dude who was dripped the fuck out at the pub the night before that I didn't talk to. I was like, well, now I gotta go talk to him. So I go over and I talk and I go, yo, bro, your drip is fire, dude. You got that shit. Oh. And he's like, yo, bet. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. I was like, yeah, I would have talked like at the pub, but man, I just could not be asked to talk to anybody that night. He's like, you know what? Based, I hate people too. And then he immediately hands me his 2 tacos that he's eating. He's like, just have them. Just have them. And I'm like, but like, they're your tacos, man. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna get sushi. And he's like, just have them. And I'm like, Alex, do you want the tacos? He's like, no, I'm good, bro. Like, you eat the tacos. I'm like, what's going on? So I eat the tacos and I tell them like, yeah, I'm thinking about going to Melbourne today, but I don't know, like maybe if something comes up, I might stay. And then the dripped out guy, his name's Harry. He goes, well, if you want a place to stay, you can chill at my place for as long as you like until you figure out what you want to do. And I go, you know what? Hell yeah. So I leave my stuff at the house and like hanging out. And I forgot to mention that I told my friends in Melbourne that I would be there in like a couple days. So that didn't happen. A month went by and I was still at Harry's. And in that month we just went partying, clubbing. I went to the shops and bought sticky notes and I started handing them out to people. I was just giving people like sticky notes here, sticky notes there in the club. I'd draw everyone's favorite animals. I'd just like ask random people like, yo, what's your favorite animal? I wouldn't even know their name. I'll just ask for their animal and then draw it for them. Yeah, there's one day I was in this pub and the homies had gone in the smoker area and I joined them, but they had all sat at this table and there wasn't room for me. So I sat next to these 2 gentlemen. I was chatting to them about how I'm backpacking and I'm just on a trip to Melbourne. And they're like recommending places for me to go. And they're really nice. And while we're chatting, I just pull out my phone, I pull out Pinterest, and I start sketching like a little bunny rabbit that I saw on Pinterest. When I finished talking with the guys, they like noticed that I've been drawing. They're like, what are you drawing? And I show them and they're like, oh, yo, can I have a close look? I was like, yeah, sure. So I hand it to them and they're like checking it out. They're like, yo, bro, this is actually kind of sick. Do you mind like if I like take this home and like show my son? I was like, this is fine. Like, you can have it, man. Like, whatever. Show us. And then the other guy like interjects and he's like, man, you should like give him a tour of the opera house. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, like just like we worked at the opera house for like 10 plus years, like both of us, and like we can just give people tours. I'm like, no way, dude. So he's like, yeah, just like meet me tomorrow at like 5 p.m. the next day at the Circle Quarry or whatever it was. I'm like, all right, bet. I go to bed, wake up the next morning, get ready, do whatever, and I head over to the opera house. And I get there and I send a message and I'm like, yo, yeah, it's Molly from last night. It turns out the guy just didn't remember like telling me that he was gonna give me a tour, but like I seemed nice enough, so he just gave me one anyway. And yeah, like that was super cool. I got to see like everything in there. Turns out there's like 7 different sized elevators. There's one that's like the size of like a 10 meter by 6 meter room, like 6 meters high and like 10 meters up, and then probably like 10 meters long, 5 meters wide. 6 meters up. It's crazy big. And that went like 30 meters below sea level. And there was other like elevators that were like for like a single human. And just the crazy change in elevator sizes is impressive. And I was up on the rafters, underneath the stages. They were taking me into the green room where all the actors and stuff. So I got to see all those guys. They're pretty cool. Then like we were walking towards this, just public toilets, and he pulls out his card and he just scans the wall, and the wall just opens into a door. Like it just opens up. We're like, what's that? What? Where am I going? And he's just going through everywhere, and it's actually amazing there. It's crazy. He told me that like when he first started working there, he would genuinely just start walking in a direction and just like not turn around and just see where you would end up. And you can get lost for like days in there. It's crazy. And he said he would have taken me up to see the biggest organ in the southern hemisphere. But yeah, it was such a maze up there. There's just no way. And like he said, like if you go up there, you could get lost and run into nobody, but maybe like an electrician. Like that's the only person you'd ever see up there. Yeah, I was like, that's wild. Yeah, I was sick. I got to see that. I got to eat a donut. Anyway, that's how that ended. And then before I left Newtown, Harry and Alex were like, yo, we're gonna go to this festival if you want to join. It's gonna be in November, and we can just volunteer, and then we get to go for free. It's called Weaselstock. I was like, that sounds cool. So then I apply for that, and I get my ticket to Melbourne, and I head down. And I've gone down to Melbourne and finally meet my friends and apologize for being late because I'm like super late. And then they're like, yo Molly, what the heck, bro? So I update them on the stories. It's all fun and just all the doofs and things and how my art's improved, and I keep on drawing. And then a couple different things happen. So I go into the Great Ocean Road, do a tour for like 20 bucks, end up in like a mostly like Asian person tour. Like I'm like the only Australian there, because like why would an Australian be in the Great Ocean Tour like tour bus? I am, and it's honestly quite a vibe. The bus driver was Michael, but was actually such a nice dude. I chatted to him. He's just nice. He's got his family and stuff, and he's just working away as the tour guide. Made friends with like the person sitting next to me. His name was Mitch. She was pretty swag. She was like studying at the moment and that. Drew some pictures for her and her friend as well. They were very, very sweet. Yeah, the tour ended like midnight. It was like super late, bro. I was tired as. And I get back to the apartment, and Mike comes back home like just about the same time. And I'm just deceased. I'm dead. And I get up the next morning, and we're going to the aquarium at like 9. So at 9 a.m. I'm up for this aquarium after my long day the day before. And I just grab a carrot before I go, and I don't get anything else. And I head to this aquarium. And it's honestly really pretty. I really liked it there. We meet this sweet little girl. She's like got a little stuffed penguin, and she comes over to us while I'm like sketching some of the turtles and stuff. She's like, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just drawing. And then we end up all drawing her penguin each, but we never actually ran into her after that, so we never got to give it to her, which is a shame, but I mean, it happens. And then after the aquarium, we left it at like 2 p.m. The homies went home, and I had booked tickets for Oktoberfest because I got told by Blue Eyes Gojo Chris to go to Oktoberfest. So there I go over to Oktoberfest in Melbourne. Just with a carrot in my stomach, I get there. I go and I get one of the Oktoberfest hats that I ordered. I look at the bar and I notice that water's $5. So I'm like, I'm not gonna buy water because that's absurd. And I just want to drink alcohol, I guess. Even though I'm like a lightweight, I get drunk after like 2 drinks. So I go ahead, I get some beer, I start drinking the beer, and there's German people playing German songs. It sounds crazy. So then I just start trying all the beers. I'm like, yeah, you know, whatever. I'll just try all the beers. And I have this fedora-ass hat on my head. I don't have any Oktoberfest clothes really, so I just got my windbreaker jacket on, get some beer, and I start listening to the German guys play because they sound funny as shit. It was some whimsical-ass music. And I was busting some moves, but like no one else was really dancing. Like there was some people, there was like a couple groups here and there. But I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna start sending it. So I just started dancing. I'm like, you know what? I got beer, I got dance moves, and I got music. That's what I do. I dance. And I dance, and I dance, and I dance, and I stop for a drink, and I dance, and I dance, and I stop for a drink, and I dance, and I dance, and I stop for a drink. And I'm having like 7 or 8 beers. I just danced for like 7 hours straight. I'm dancing for so long that it gets down to like the last DJ sets, and they, I guess, had noticed that I've been dancing for the whole time, because this guy like across the barrier like taps me on the shoulder, and I'm like, oh, okay, they're kicking me out because I must be like dehydrated, and like they can see that I'm like on like death's door and I'm about to die. They get me over the fence, and I'm like, all right, I'm getting kicked out. And then he goes to me, bro, I need you to do one thing and one thing only. I need you to dance. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, just dance. Just go up on stage and dance. So they walk me up on stage, past the people that were like backstage crew. It was just the DJ on stage, a cameraman, and me. And they just put me onto the right side where it's just empty open stage. And I just started dancing. And I'm literally just dancing. Like, I just dance for like the song, and then he like gets me off stage. He's like, yeah, all right, come back down. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's fine. That was fun. So I get over the barrier again. I go back to dancing. And then maybe like a minute or two goes by, and he looks at me again. He's like, no, bro, we need you back up there. Like, we just need you back up there. So he puts me back up on stage for a second time, and he's like, yo, just dance for the rest of like, there's like 20 minutes left. Just kill it, bro. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. So I get back on stage, and there I am with my old Oktoberfest hat, and I'm just dancing away. I'm just dancing like crazy. And for the next 20 minutes, I am effectively Hikari. And yeah, I bust some moves. The cameraman's just gyrating around me, bro. He's like in every angle. But the thing is, I never saw the footage. Someone has footage of me dancing on stage in front of thousands of people. I don't know where it is. I got no idea. It doesn't, as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't exist. But there is one photo. I only have one photo of me from there. I looked so drunk. But that was that. And I finished up. He escorted me out. He was like, all right, bro, I got you. He takes me out back to like past the fence and just gets me out like immediately. And then I walk over to the nearest pizza shop and I get a pizza because I am starving. I'm on survival mode. A girl asked me, like, she complimented my bag, but I thought she asked if I had a bag, and I was like, I do not have a bag, which was then weird because I clearly have a bag on my person. Like, it's like an avocado bag. But yeah, that was funny. And then I finished my pizza. A few of the festival girls were like, yeah, good dance moves, bro. Enjoy your pizza. I'm like, thanks, dude. I will. I end up walking over to the light rail to get home, and on my way back, this girl comes over filming for her like Snapchat story or something. She's like, this guy was awesome, do some dance moves, bro. Okay, so I do some dance moves, and then a girl from her car just calls out driving past. She's, yo, bro, do a jig. I'm like, oh shit. This is just a micro celebrity for that one night. It was funny. Made it back to the house, and Mike was there again, just finishing his shift. And I was dead. I was very, very dead. And there was another time I was walking through Melbourne, and just walking down the street, and then there's suddenly just this door like to like Chinatown, but like in a building. Like, I've never seen it be in like a normal building before. Just like a crazy like shrine for like China. Like, there's a mad dragon in there and shit. And I take a double take. I'm like, what is that? What the heck is that? And this guy walking the opposite direction also does the same thing. He's like, yo, bro, what the heck is that? I'm like, yo, dude, could you take some photos of me? He's like, hell yeah. So he takes some photos of me, and I'm like, yo, bro, where are you going today? And he's like, oh, I'm going to Subway. And I was like, yo, do you mind if I join? He's like, yeah, that's fine, dude. So we just start walking to Subway. And on the way there, he's like just being my like local tour guide for Melbourne. He's like showing me the jail that's there and like some other things. And then we get to Subway, and this car drives past with like teenagers, and they're like blasting some music. And I just start dancing. I'm like, hell yeah, bro, that's lit. I love music. Yeah, play that shit louder. So they're blasting it. The Subway worker just sees me like dancing, and like the guys drive off, and then I go and sit down because I actually don't have that much money to like buy something from Subway. The guy calls over to me, like the guy working. He's like, bro, do you want something? I'm like, oh no, bro, I don't have money. I don't need something. He's like, bro, it's for free. Like, I'll just give it to you. I'm like, what? And I'm like, anything? He's like, yeah, anything. I'm like, could I have a Subway cookie? And he just gives me the cookie. And I'm like, what? But he made the guy that I walked there with, like, for Subway, like, the guy that originally wanted Subway, he still had to pay full price for his stuff, but I got a free cookie. I'm like, hell yeah, this is sick. Me and homie hang out for a bit. I think his name was like Omar or something. He ends up like going back home, and I'm like just walking away, and then I like see this, like I hear this music just going doom 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 doom. I'm like, yo, that sounds sick. I'm like, where is that? I want to go to a club, because I haven't really been into a club in Melbourne. So I walk towards the music, and then like I see some people sitting on a staircase, and I climb up the staircase, and then I get to the top, and I realize there's like it's like a ticketed event. So this guy's standing there with like a stamp, and I'm like, yo bro, like how much does it cost? And he's like, oh, you want to go in, man? Like, and he just like stamps me. It was supposed to be like $5 or something, but he just stamps me and just lets me in for free. I'm like,